Mobile Industry Review, Mobile Developer TV.
My name is Ben Keighran and I'm CEO and co-founder at Chomp. Nokia hasn't had a big presence here in the US for a while, and I think that Nokia's always been really well known for building great mobile phones. I think that Nokia as part of their sort of smartphone initiative is really I'm sure that they see the whole app environment, the app ecosystem is something that's important to them and something that they want to really work on. But again, I don't know exactly what their roadmap is and whether or not it is a focus for them to really sort of break in and penetrate, I guess, the US markets. We'll have to wait and see.
What was your first handset?
I believe it was... So I did have like some Motorola sort of analog flip phone, but coming from Australia I was like text messaging at a really early age, right? So I know that the first phone I was taking to high school with me was a Nokia 5110, but I did have something before then, some sort of Motorola analog phone. But the Nokia 5110, I would be playing like Snake on it with my friends in the playground, text messaging under the table, this sort of stuff. And then eventually I got my hands on the Sony Ericsson T39, and this is what actually got me into mobile programming. So basically, Ericsson's first sort of Bluetooth mobile phone, I think there was a developer release, the R520. In fact, I know there was a developer release, the R520, but the T39, which is the phone that Tomb Raider uses with the sort of boom, Bluetooth headset, I got my hands on this phone and I was really interested in Bluetooth and what you could do with it. I hope you don't mind me digressing here for a second.
No, it's fantastic.
Interesting little story. So basically it would have been, I don't know, 2000, 2001, somewhere around that time. Essentially I got this Ericsson Bluetooth mobile phone and I had connected it via the serial port profile to my computer. And I was sending AT commands to it because I was trying to use it as a wireless modem. And in doing so I sent some arbitrary sort of AT command to the phone. And this interface like popped open on the phone, and I was like, what is going on here? And it actually turns out that Ericsson in the T39 handsets had this proprietary sort of AT command set where you could sort of send AT commands to the phone and sort of manipulate an interface and sort of do what you wanted with it. And I was extremely excited about this because this was like the first chance I was going to have to sort of write a program for a mobile phone. And I ended up using what I'd found, and I really spent a few weeks exploring this, but ended up using what I'd found to write my very first mobile phone application. And what it was you'd walk into my apartment, which was about the size of a very small dorm room, and I don't know if you remember the old music player Winamp.
Yes,
like
I do.
MP3 player. So I had this like long playlist on there, and what would happen is you'd walk into the room and it would connect to the phone via Bluetooth. And then when you pulled the phone out of your pocket, all of the songs that are in the Winamp playlist would just be there on the screen of the phone, and you could select a song and the computer would start playing it. It was like this proximity-based remote control for my home computer. It was kind of like my very first sort of mobile hack or mobile application.
Genius.
It was the thing that got me really, really excited about mobile phones.
Wow. And your current handset?
I'm currently using an iPhone, but I actually also carry around with me a Nokia N95. And I also carry around an old Sony Ericsson that I can still do some of that old AT command stuff with.
Why the N95?
It's got a great camera in it, basically. It's got just a fantastic camera in it, and I really like that. And sometimes when travelling outside of the United States, it's nice to be able to put a different SIM card in there from time to time.
Could I trouble you for some real-time chomps?
In terms of apps, in terms of things that I like. So there's a couple of apps that just make me laugh, and I think some of the best. So what is really happening with apps? Like, what are people consuming? It's really things to entertain them, and it's pretty funny because if you look at like the top searches on YouTube for 2009, or you look at the top searches on like any of the major search engines, they're all entertainment. And funnily enough, on the phone, it's all entertainment as well. And I think what's sort of happening with apps is, just like people are constantly discovering music and songs, just like people are constantly discovering web pages or videos on YouTube, they're doing this with apps as well. And some of the apps which I can tell you about, so there's Carl, which is this funny animated character that you sort of say something to, and he says whatever you said to him back to you, kind of like a parrot in a very funny sort of voice. You can sort of poke him and prod him and tickle him and do all this sort of stuff. These are the apps that sort of entertain us. These are the apps that people want to share with their friends and have a laugh about, and then they kind of want to go on to the next app. There's apps like Facebook, which might be like that song that you download from iTunes and you listen to 400 times and never delete. Or there might be apps like Carl, or there might be apps like iDaft, which is like you can make like Daft Punk music basically. That you may not use for the rest of your life, but you'll certainly get a great laugh out of, and something that you want to share with friends.
Mobile Industry Review, Mobile Developer TV.